Paris Fashion Week has always been a showcase of elegance, where genuine style meets effortless confidence. It's the place where those who truly understand presence shine without trying too hard. This year, however, all eyes turned unexpectedly toward Meghan Markle, not for an outfit that defined the season, but for a walk that quickly became the subject of ridicule across social media. Meghan arrived in Paris with the unmistakable air of someone determined to make an entrance. Dressed in a cream ensemble, she strutted through the venue with a chin-high, exaggerated sway that instantly reminded viewers of Ben Stiller's famous parody character in Zoolander. Her stride seemed rehearsed, overly dramatic, and more suited to a film set than a front row at Paris Fashion Week. Within minutes, clips of her walk flooded TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram. Commenters wasted no time comparing her moves to a catwalk performance gone wrong. One viral post read, "Why is Meghan walking like she's Ben Stiller at Paris Fashion Week? Someone tell her this isn't a Netflix promo." Another quipped, "She's giving main character energy in someone else's story." While other celebrities like Zendaya and Gigi Hadid moved with a kind of natural grace that fit seamlessly into Paris fashion culture, Meghan's strut felt forced, almost like someone trying too hard to convince the world they belonged in the spotlight. It's a recurring theme with her public appearances. The intention is grand, but the execution often veers into theatrical territory. Meghan has spent years attempting to redefine her image after stepping back from royal duties, leaning into media appearances, documentaries, and carefully choreographed public moments. But in doing so, she often confuses visibility with influence and performance with presence. Paris Fashion Week, with its unforgiving and highly discerning audience, only amplified this gap. The fashion world values authenticity, subtlety, and natural elegance. Meghan's exaggerated walk came across as a performance designed for cameras rather than an organic moment of grace. What made the incident even more striking was the contrast between Meghan's behavior and the understated elegance traditionally associated with the royals she left behind. Catherine, Princess of Wales, for example, doesn't need to dramatize her movements or overplay her confidence. Her quiet poise commands respect effortlessly. Meghan, on the other hand, seemed to rely on overconfidence as a substitute for genuine gravitas. It's the difference between someone born into an institution that embodies centuries of tradition and someone attempting to craft a Hollywood-style persona in real time. Late-night hosts and commentators picked up the moment with glee. One joked, "I've seen runway models with less runway than Meghan Markle in Paris." Another compared her exaggerated steps to Zoolander's iconic blue steel, wondering aloud if she was auditioning for a satire film rather than attending a fashion event. Fashion journalists were more subtle but no less pointed, describing her walk as overproduced for a setting that values effortlessly. Once again, Meghan had provided the media with material that overshadowed the very event she was hoping to make a mark at. This incident fits into a broader pattern that has defined her post-royal public life. Whether it was the Oprah interview, the Netflix docuseries, or the podcast ventures, Meghan's approach has consistently felt meticulously staged, as if every gesture and word is part of a carefully rehearsed script. While that might work in Hollywood, where image crafting is part of the industry, it doesn't always resonate with audiences that value sincerity over performance. Overconfidence can be a powerful tool, but in Meghan's case, it often backfires, making her seem out of step with the environment she's trying to dominate. Some might dismiss the mockery as superficial. After all, it's just a walk, but in the world of celebrity branding, optics are everything. Meghan knows this better than anyone. Her appearances are rarely casual, they're strategic, each one designed to send a message. At Paris Fashion Week, the message she likely intended to send was one of high fashion, confidence, and belonging. What the world received instead was an image of someone performing a role rather than naturally owning it. It's unlikely Meghan will acknowledge or reflect publicly on how the moment was received. Her typical strategy has been to push forward with polished narratives that frame her as misunderstood rather than miscalculated. Yet for observers, the Paris walk offered a clear illustration of her ongoing struggle to balance royal dignity with celebrity theatrics. It wasn't about fashion, it was about perception, and perception, in her case, keeps slipping further from her control. Meghan Markle's Zoolander walk will be remembered less for the outfit she wore and more for what it symbolized, the gap between how she sees herself and how the world often perceives her. In Paris, where style speaks louder than words, her exaggerated steps echoed like a misread line in an otherwise elegant performance. True confidence doesn't need to announce itself. It simply arrives. And on that day in Paris, Meghan's performance reminded everyone that commanding attention isn't the same as commanding respect.